This is Inside the Pizza Oven, the podcast that explores the best, most innovative, and relevant pizzerias and restaurateurs in America. Now here's your host, Fredi the Pizza Man, Fredi Bello.
What's up, everyone? Welcome into the podcast, episode 4. Hope all is well. Today we're going to be talking pizza, of course. We're going to do that with Mark Androw of E&D Pizza Company there in Avon, Connecticut, and really looking forward to that. Just a quick reminder where you can find Inside the Pizza Oven with Fredi the Pizza Man. You can find it on iTunes, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. Also, my social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I posted there as well. Just search Fredi the Pizza Man. That's Fredi, the Pizza Man. And please subscribe. I really appreciate that. And if you want to rate the show, good or bad, I would appreciate that as well. Just a quick shout out, many of you that follow me on social media. Last Sunday was my 4th annual golf outing. What a great turnout. What a great day. 2019, this year alone, and we're only in mid-August, nearly $20,000 raised, nearly $40,000 raised since 2016. What a journey it has been since day one. I started the foundation and the golf outing. The golf outing is my baby, and I love it. It is a ton of work, but it is so worth it. And many of you know my foundation for autism. We buy equipment. Personally, we buy it ourselves from the foundation, and we deliver it to schools that write us and say they need help with their sensory rooms. And many people have written me letters, and I appreciate them and keep them coming. And if you want to write a letter, you need help with your school in the state of Michigan, just write a letter to Fredi the Pizza Man Foundation and deliver it to 17900 Allen Road, Melvindale, Michigan, 48122. Again, that's 17900 Allen Road, ALLEN, Melvindale, Michigan, 48122. Just write me an old school fashion letter and just say, hey, this is the name of the school, your name. Tell me a little bit about your sensory room, some of the needs that you have, and mail it, and we'll definitely do our best to we will read it. There's no doubt about it, and we'll do our best to get back to you and try to help you with support and some equipment. And can't do any of this if people don't keep supporting the golf outing and all the great events. And you do, all of you do, the golf outing, the fantasy football, the football squares, the stuff I sell on eBay that people donate. People throw fundraisers. I'm very blessed and very grateful to all of you. And 2019 is only a couple months away. If you're looking for a tax deduction, you're a company or corporation or just an individual, you want to donate, FrediThePizzaMan.com. Anything you donate there on the donate button is 100% tax deductible. If you know a company or corporation that wants to help, please put them in touch with me or lead them to the website. So thank you again. I'm already looking forward to the 5th annual golf outing. Every year, again, I tell you, it's a ton of work. Putting a golf outing together is challenging. It's gotten easier every year, but the minute it's over, I can't wait till the next one. So 5th annual next year, hopefully in August again. I did switch the day, but I think I'm going to keep it in August. But anyways, stay tuned for a quick word about the foundation. And on the other side, we'll be talking to Mark Androw, E&D Pizza Company, Avon, Connecticut.
If you or your family is touched by autism, learn more about Fredi's Foundation at #PopTheTap at FrediThePizzaman.com. That's Fredi, thepizzaman.com, or email FrediThePizzaman@gmail.com.
All right, welcome back. Let's talk pizza. As promised, as I told you at the beginning of the podcast, we're going to talk to an all-around good guy here. I don't know him personally, but just from following him on Instagram And on Facebook, he just seems like an all-around great guy. He's doing great things, an award-winning pizzaiolo, numerous culinary awards, which I want to know about. Owner of E&D Pizza Company in Avon, Connecticut, Michael Androw. What's up, Michael?
Hey, good morning, Fredi. Thanks for having me on. Happy to be here. I'm looking forward to chatting a little bit with you.
Great, man. We're gonna do a little rapid fire toward the end of the podcast, because here we talk a lot of pizza, but I like to sprinkle in a little bit of sports, and I know that you're a Yankees fan, you're a Cowboys fan. Even me, being from Detroit, Michigan, I like the Yankees, I like the Cowboys, and
there you go.
And I know you like the New York Rangers. I'm not a huge hockey guy, but I'm 49 years old. I don't know, how old are you?
47.
37.
47.
47. So we're about the same age. So hockey for me, like late 80s, early 90s, was very big for me. Now it's kind of died off a little bit, but we can talk about the 94 Rangers team a little bit. So
there you go.
Absolutely. So listen, like I said, you're doing great things in the pizza industry. I know you started in 1986. A lot of awards. Tell me about some of these awards and your passion, how your passion came for pizza.
Well, I grew up, my family had an Italian bakery in Connecticut when I grew up, so right off the bat I was thrown into the fire there. And then I was probably 12, 13 years old. My grandparents retired, sold the bakery, and I got my first outside job working making pizzas. And when I first went in there, the guy wanted me to be a dishwasher. I came in with another kid that I went to school with, and he said, "The two of you are dishwashers, get in there." And I said, No. That's not how it's going to go down. And he says, "No, kid." He goes, "You're a dishwasher." I said, "Look, I'm not trying to take anyone's job." I said, "But I'm a pizza maker." I said, "You got to give me a chance. I'll show you. I'm just give me a day or two. I'll be just as fast as these guys." And he said, "All right, you little smart guy, get in there, try it." And sure enough, I held my own with the old dogs. And he said, "All right, you're a pizza maker." So I kind of got in that way. Was doing it for years. Eventually got out of that end of it after college and went into different aspects of the restaurant business. And
I know from
dining.
Yeah, I know from talking from looking at the email, we were going back and forth. You've done a lot of things at bars and the nightclubs, fine dining. Now to become an owner, that's a really good thing. I think people that get in the restaurant business, pizzeria business, that don't know anything about it should probably consider the path that you took.
Yeah, I look back on it now, and I don't regret it one bit. I got a chance to see everything and experience everything, and it's given me a good footing, in this industry. Just like I said, if there's something going on, I've been there, I've done it, and I wouldn't change that for the world. But as you get older, and I don't have to tell you, because no matter how old you get, you'll always be 2 years older than me. You get to a point where you look at yourself and you say, gotta have better hours with the family.
Absolutely.
I came to that point. I said, you know what? It's time to go back to my first love, and I went back to pizza. And I've been very fortunate all along the way. No matter what different genre of the restaurant industry I was in, I don't know. God smiled upon me somehow, but it was always awarded, whatever the category was. It was always award winning all the way. So I don't think there's any secret. I don't think I do things any different than anyone else does. It's just hard work.
Yeah.
If you want to outwork the next guy, the cream rises to the top. I don't think there's people. I don't think my food's so much better than anyone else's. We all make great food. If we didn't, we wouldn't be in the business.
Absolutely.
We'd have failed a long time ago. But you know what? It's those little things. Standing out above the rest. You put the work in. You want to outwork everybody else. It's going to happen. And I've been blessed in that regard. No matter what, like I said, no matter what genre I was in, fine dining, nightclubs, bars, casual dining, always been awarded different awards through whatever the different agencies were along the way. And right into now with pizza, all the different newspapers, magazines in Connecticut. This is I don't know how familiar you are with Connecticut, but there's some big time pizza in Connecticut.
Well, I wanted to ask you.
I
wanted to ask you about Avon. Listen, I've never been to Connecticut, but Avon, Connecticut just sounds like a place you want to visit. Tell me a little bit about Avon, Connecticut.
It's a nice place to visit. It's a suburb right outside of Hartford, right outside of the state capital. So we're kind of in the
I've been to
northern
Hartford.
central part of the state. Okay, all right. So not far away, right outside of Hartford. This is where all the people that work in Hartford, this is where they commute from. So definitely a rural type community outside of the metropolitan Hartford area. So, our big customer base here is families.
Yep.
Families. And it's nice in a way because once the kids go to bed, we're done. We don't have any late night business. We just get absolutely slaughtered during the dinner hours. Like I said, everyone in this town has 2.5 kids, white picket fence, golden retriever, and when it's bedtime, everything's done. Roll up the sidewalks.
All right. Well, when I come to Avon, Connecticut one day, I'm going to make sure I come visit you early for sure.
You do that.
All right.
But like I said, we're not far from New Haven. We're about a half an hour from New Haven, where you got
okay.
all the big old time pizza places, the Frank Pepe's, Sally's, Modern. So there's the bar is set pretty high in Connecticut. So to win a lot of best pizza awards in this state, it really makes me feel good. It makes me feel like we might not be better than those guys in my opinion because they've been around forever, but people look at it and people appreciate what we do and really like the food we put out. So I'm very grateful. Very grateful.
I like hearing that because, listen, kudos to the big boys in the business. They deserve it. They've done it for years and years and years. I've done this 38 years. That's all I've ever done. I've made pizza every day for my life for 38 years. So I get it. But you know what? I think it's time to recognize some of the small-time guys. And I'm not saying you're small-time, but some of the smaller guys, I think it's time to recognize them. It can't be always about the big boys. Every time you turn on the TV, it's about the big boys, the big boys. You know what? These other guys like guys like us are doing pretty good things in the business, and I think it's time to get recognized. You agree?
Couldn't agree more. I mean, like I said, I'm very, very grateful for it. They've been around a long time for a reason. They're doing something right too. But like you said, it's about time. It's about time. The people that haven't been in the business for 85 years, start getting a little recognition too. And I'm very, very grateful for it.
All right. Well, let's talk E&D Pizza Company. And by the way, you can find E&D Pizza Company on Instagram, Facebook. You can find this guy, Michael Androw, also on Facebook and Instagram. It's Michael, Androw, and then E&D Pizza Company. And he's also the pizza _ boss 27X on Instagram. So I like that, Pizza Boss there. Tell us about E&D Pizza Company, when you started, what's going on there.
We started this concept here almost. It's coming up on 5 years now, and like I said, it was time for me to get back to my roots in pizza after literally exhausting myself in every other facet of this business. And I have 2 young boys, Enzo and Dario, thus the E&D.
Oh, okay.
And,
I was going to ask you about that. Okay, now I get it.
Oh yeah. Our biggest pizza eaters and biggest pizza fans, those two. So
I hear you.
So we started this. It was difficult. Just to open up from scratch in a market that's already loaded with pizza and dominated by some big players. And it took a lot of hard work. When you first open from scratch and you open the door on day one and your sales dollars are zero, and you just say, the sky's the limit. Let's keep our fingers crossed. It takes a lot of hard work in the kitchen and marketing and just getting out there, shaking hands, getting your food into people. And I always had the attitude, you know what? If we get them one time, we'll have them. I just got to get you in that door that one time. And that was some dark days in the beginning, and you're struggling just trying to make ends meet. You're working 7 days a week, open to close.
I remember
no
those
days off,
days.
No vacations. It's not easy. But you know what? Like I said, you just got to have that attitude. I'm going to outwork everyone. I'm going to outwork failure. Failure's got a line. I'm going to cross that line, and I'm going to do whatever it takes. When you have a family, nothing against these young guys in the business that are working. Their parents had a place for 50 years, and they're following in their footsteps. That's all well and fine, but it's different when you're on your own. You've got a family, you've got a mortgage, you've got a wife and a couple of young kids that rely on you. It's a different sense of urgency then. You get out there and you work, and there's
no doubt about it.
There's no failure. It's success or nothing. You do it, and like I said, that hard work, it pays off. You put in the time, you put in the effort, and it pays off in the end. And we've been very, very blessed and very lucky. We've had tremendous success here, and knock on wood, it keeps going.
And Michael, we're not taking, when we take days off, we're not getting paid for it. We're not. We're not getting a 2-week paid vacation, and I think you can probably agree with this. The worst thing about closing your business is not only the money that you lose, because, like, again, we're not getting paid to stay home, and nothing against people that do that. It's fine, but we're not getting paid. But the worst thing about it is you're losing money that day. 2, there's stock on the shelf. There's money sitting on the shelf in your fridges that are just sitting there and rotting away.
Oh, yeah.
And not selling. That costs money too, and that's, to me, is the hardest part. I remember those dark days back in when I first opened up in 1991. I remember, man. I worked as a kid with my father, and in 1991 he had a second place, and he didn't want it anymore. My brother didn't want any part of it. I said, "Dad, let me buy it from you." And my dad sold it to me. It was no giving it to me. He sold it to me. I was 21 years old, and for me, I started 21 years old. I got married at 38. So I'm glad I did all those dark days way before I got married. But I totally understand, man. The guys in the business now, and just, I'm fortunate here. I don't have no rent. I own a building, and I see people with high rent, and even in the restaurant business with high rent and high electric bills. Like, you wonder how they do it, and they're struggling because we've been there.
Oh, tell me about it, man. It's so true. It's so true. And I think, unfortunately, a lot of times nowadays, people don't always calculate exactly what those costs are going to be when they get in, and they get in over their head sometimes. And they don't realize what their sales numbers need to be in order to cover those. And it can get rough. But like you said, you close one day, you got that product sitting there. And that's something that really hits home with us here, too, because, I run a high food cost because we use everything we use is high-end premium products. And as a result, I'm doing all fresh everything, and that costs money. And then I'm fine as long as I'm open and I'm selling it. But you have a day where you're closed for some reason, you get a real bad snowstorm, or just it's just we have to throw the towel and nobody can get out. We're open, but when you get a really bad one, there's nothing you can do. And those days, that pinch hurts.
Yeah, absolutely.
You talk about getting paid. I mean, I don't know. You get paid. People in this business get paid. You gotta send me the handbook on that one.
we get paid with the food that's left over in the pot, or the pizza that you overcooked.
Leftover burned slices. That's what we get.
Yeah. So if you wonder why some pizza guys are fat, because their actually bank account is in their stomach. It's not in the bank. It's right there in their stomach. That's their safe deposit box, is their stomach right there.
There you go. Perfect way to look at it.
So tell me some good things with E&D. What's your specialty there? Plug it away.
We, like I said before, we really our main target market is families. So, we do an absolute ton of your standards. But then, we started venturing out a little bit into some more different specialty pizzas too, because, the kids are going to eat cheese and pepperoni all day, but after a while, mom and dad, maybe want something a little different. So, it's giving me the opportunity to work with some different ingredients and do some different things, and come up with some different specialty pizzas. We have a couple now that we've introduced in the past year or so that, not everything's a home run, but we have some that have just really knocked it out of the park. We do this Vesuvius pie with a little fresh basil and crushed tomato sauce, fresh mozzarella, sliced supersod, and we chop up the Italian long hot peppers on there. And it was one of those things. I said, well, I like this. Is the customer base going to like it? And it's been a huge hit. We also have a Thai chili chicken we've been doing, where we do the sauce, the Thai chili chicken sauce on the Thai chili chicken sauce on the pizza, on a white pie with roasted red peppers and red onions, and it's the same thing. Just knocked it out of the park.
Looks good. So, sounds really good.
We're doing some different things away from the norm, and I think the parents like that more, and it just keeps them coming back, keeps everyone interested, and it keeps us hopping. So, I ain't gonna rock the boat.
Yeah, and you put those pictures up on social media. People eat with their eyes, right? So when they see that, you're not going to a chain place and getting one of those things. So People don't understand pizza. They're going to pay a little bit more, and they're going to get it. They're going to get it fresh in the right way. So that's good, man. That's some good things there. What are your hours there? What kind of hours are you running over there?
We're 7 days a week. We're open till 9 during the week and 10 on the weekends. And like I said, around here, once the sidewalks roll up, once the kids go to bed. So, we get in, we get out.
Do you open for lunch, Michael?
Yep. Open at 11 every day. We do a very busy lunch business. We do an absolute ton of catering.
Good.
We've got relationships with a lot of the businesses around the county, and we're pumping out pies.
That's good, man. And you're doing great things because I follow you on social media, and you stuck out to me. A few of the guys stuck out to me, and you definitely stuck out to me. You're doing some really good things there, and I pull for guys like you, man, because I understand the business very well. Now, before we get to rapid fire,
Fredi, too, if I can.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. No, fine. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say you mentioned a minute ago people eat with their eyes, and for listeners that don't get that engaged in social media, I just want to say, and obviously this too, don't be shy about it. Get the pictures of your food out there because people do eat with their eyes.
Yep.
We strategically do things with our social media posting. If I know it's a vacation week, people are going to be away. We need a little something to boost us up to make sure we're not slow. You put that out there, you get response. You absolutely get response. My general manager yells at me sometimes. He's like, "Were you going to let me know that you put a picture of A, B, and C online?" Because I would appreciate a little heads up because all of a sudden I'm getting whacked on this. I'm not prepped, and I find out you put a picture of this specialty pie out there, and that's why I'm getting crushed. I mean, the results are there. It really works. So people that are hesitant about it, that are maybe a little shy about doing social media or don't have a real fire lit under them, do it. People look at it. It works.
Yeah, and when you post something, somebody might come in 6 months later. Remember that you posted a picture of that pizza with the roasted peppers. So
absolutely,
yeah, believe it or not, because I've seen that myself once in a while. So, I got to talk to you, man. You write for national publications. I believe one of them is PMQ magazine, correct?
Yeah, I do a bunch of contributing articles for PMQ. Yeah.
Okay, so check out his work there, pmq.com. Obviously, it's under Michael Androw, correct?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Yep. And we had the pleasure of seeing you on the cover a few months back about all the great work you're doing.
Oh yeah, that was that's still a thrill, buddy. That doesn't get old for me. I tell you, I was still blown away by it.
I can imagine.
Tell me about some of the awards. So some of the awards and the culinary awards you got. Tell the listeners.
Well, I don't want to sound flip about it, but we really have scored well, and we've won everything from awards in best salads, which you don't automatically think of in a pizza themed restaurant, but again, the same theory holds true. We just use high end, top notch everything. We're not using cheap stuff, so it's easy. It's easy to stand out from the crowd when you do that kind of stuff. Your food costs a little high, but it's easy to stand out.
Yep.
So we've won awards for best salads. We've won awards. The big one around here is Hartford Magazine. We've won awards for best pizza in there 3 straight years. The second place finisher has been the venerable Frank Pepe's. So I don't. I'm not going to sit here and toot my horn and say we're better than Frank Pepe's, but it just goes to show the people appreciate this, and we're winning these awards. And Connecticut Magazine, their experts picks ranked us as one of the top places in the state to go for pizza. And there's thousands of places. Pizza Today did a thing on us, listed us as one of their destinations in the country to go to for pizza. So we've got a lot of positive things, a lot of awards for pizza, for salads, for our takeout meals. So it's, like I said, I'm not gonna knock it. It's a good thing, The whole finishing ahead of Frank Pepe
toot your horn.
Finishing ahead of Frank Pepe worries me a little bit.
Toot your horn, buddy. That's a good thing. I gotta be
careful.
No, toot your horn because that's a good thing.
Fredi,
no, no, don't be.
When I go out, when I finish ahead of Frank Pepe, I got to worry. When I go out and start my car, if it doesn't turn over the first time, I got, if I hear that click, I got to jump out quick. You know.
Well, it's funny. It's funny because one of my rapid fire questions it was going to be, and I'm going to ask you now: a Martin Scorsese movie. Right? Which one's going to be Raging Bull or Casino? Now, if you think about Casino was oh boy, what's his name? Now he's going to drive me crazy. Robert De Niro's part in Casino. When he went in the car, they blew up the Cadillac. You remember?
There you go. Yeah. Oh, of course I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
They put it under the wrong side. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I vote Casino all day.
Absolutely. Okay, a Casino. Okay, Raging Bull. Yeah, Raging Bull. People either love it or they hate it, and maybe because it's in black and white, and some of it in the middle gets a little bit. I think maybe the movie is just a little too long. But being a hardcore Dago wop that I am, Italian, I Raging Bull, the way he talks and the way nothing beats when she serves him the steak and he flips the table and he just lets her have it. I mean that's that's.
I saw the movie. I saw the movie many years ago when I was a kid. I like the movie, but Casino's one of those ones I'll watch 100 times in a row every time it's on.
Yeah. All right. So you listen to Inside the Pizza Oven with Fredi the Pizza Man. Joining me, Mark Androw of E&D Pizza Company there in Avon, Connecticut. Let's get to rapid fire. And I cut you off. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say anytime you put Don Rickles in a movie too, you got my vote.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we just lost him a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So
about that, yeah.
So some rapid fire questions, but first I'm going to ask you the '94 Rangers, New York Rangers hockey. Now I know here in Detroit, 1997, the Red Wings won their first cup in many, many, many years. In 1994, if you're a hockey fan, you remember the story. The New York Rangers. What's your memories of the '94 Rangers and Mark Messier coming there from Edmonton?
Tuesday, June 14th. 1994, Game 7 against the Canucks.
Yeah,
it was quite a year. We had a few opportunities where we could have been out of it in that postseason, and Mark Messier really established himself as the captain of all captains that year. First of all, guaranteeing the winning Game 6 of the conference finals against the Devils, and scoring a hat trick in that game to really seal it, and then it just kind of made him a legend right there. And then winning Game 7 at home was something else that year. Really was special. It was 54 years coming, and it's been many years since. I've got high hopes for this season. Now we'll see.
Yeah. Listen, a question I forgot to ask you in the beginning of the podcast, and I ask everyone in the podcast when you're not eating pizza and you're out somewhere with your family, which I imagine is not often because you're working a lot. What are you eating besides pizza? What's your family go-to?
Boy, I tell you, I even get pizza when I'm out all the time too. But
Frank Pepe's,
not necessarily that. But nowadays it seems I got 2 young boys that just they're growing up so fast. The big thing with them right now is wings. They want to eat wings everywhere. They think it's the coolest thing. So
yeah.
I've been don't get me wrong. I love wings, but as they get older, I'll tell you, we got to can't be eating wings 7 days a week. But these boys, all they want to do is, Dad, where can we get wings? Where can we get wings?
Yeah. One thing I can do every day is eat spaghetti. You give me spaghetti in front of my face, I'm a happy guy. Yeah, I eat spaghetti before pizza. Be honest with you.
I just have to stop doing that at 11 o'clock at night. That's my problem.
All right, back to the rapid fire. Your favorite pizza topping?
Yeah. Pepperoni.
You use the small. You use the small ones. How do you use them?
Yeah, I use the collagen cased cupping pepperoni.
Frank Sinatra or Dean Martin?
Sinatra.
No one wants to pick Dean Martin. I've done three podcasts. No, Dean Martin's fine. I love Dean Martin. How come nobody loves Dean Martin?
I love Dean Martin too, but it's tough when you put him up against Sinatra.
I hear you. If you're watching TV, you watching Food Network or you watching the History Channel?
Food Network.
Yeah, I'm addicted to Food Network as well too. This might be a toughie. Wayne Gretzky or Michael Jordan?
Wayne Gretzky.
Joe Montana or Tom Brady?
I
know it was. I mean, listen. 5 years ago, as great as Tom Brady was even 5 years ago, I don't think many people were picking Brady over Montana. But man, it's hard not to.
Though I know what the correct answer is on this one, I refuse to give in because I'm a New York fan and I can't stand Boston. So Joe Montana, it is all day long.
I kind of figured that. You got two foods in front of you. You got a New York slice or a chicken parm sandwich. Which one you eating?
New York slice all day.
Yeah. Now, given that you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, you're a Yankees fan, who are you picking, Jerry Jones or George Steinbrenner? Two iconic, controversial owners.
I take the boss. George Steinbrenner.
Yeah, George Steinbrenner. He's missed there in New York. Have they won a title since he passed? It was 2009. Was he alive? I don't know.
2009. No, he passed.
Okay.
He passed. 2009 was the first year of the new stadium. Yep.
That's right. Now, speaking of the Yankees, Aaron Boone there. You missed Joe Girardi? I thought it was kind of questionable firing him.
It bugged me at the time. I got a little tired of Girardi always doing everything by the book and the binder that he kept. I didn't have the best feeling about Aaron Boone, but he's really proved himself and done well. So I've come around. I'm an Aaron Boone guy now, but I did like Girardi. Yeah,
I think his grandpa Bob Boone played for the Tigers many, many, many years ago. And they just announced it the other day. I'm not sure if you heard that or not, but the Yankees are playing the White Sox next year at in Iowa, the Field of Dreams.
In Iowa, I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah, and I'm predicting Joe Girardi is going to be the next White Sox manager. So I have no. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling Joe Girardi is going to end up in Chicago. But that'll be kind of neat to see that.
That'd be cool.
Roger Staubach or Mariano Rivera?
Mo.
Yeah. Well, you know, Staubach retired. He retired in '79.
I love the All-American from Navy.
Yeah.
I love the All-American from Navy, but you know what? Mo's got a handful of rings. He's the only unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer. He's the real GOAT.
Until Derek Jeter, he's next. He should be 100%, right?
I don't think as many people around the country have that same love and respect for Jeter that they did for Mariano. Yeah. I'd be surprised if he's unanimous. I don't think he will be, but he'll definitely go in, obviously. But I don't think he'll be unanimous.
Yeah, if you think about it, you only see Mariano Rivera for like 10 minutes a game. You don't see him all day, every game, every at bat. So yeah, you might have a point there. Tom Landry or Joe Torre?
Oh, that's a tough one. I was cruising, too. You had to hit me with that one.
I had to throw in a couple of tough ones.
I mean, I love Joe Torre, but I got to go Tom Landry. Yeah.
Now, speaking of Tom Landry and Jerry Jones and being a Dallas fan, Jerry Jones, you know the story. He bought the team in '89. He fired Tom Landry. People that don't know that. You realize Jerry Jones has been in Dallas longer now than Tom Landry was in Dallas. Now, Tom Landry was there for 29 years, 1960 through 1989. Jerry Jones bought the team in '89. He's been there a year longer. Can you imagine? I mean, it seemed like yesterday Jerry Jones bought that team and fired Tom Landry, doesn't it?
Does.
Yeah.
Absolutely seems like yesterday. Time flies.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw the story. I'm a big NFL Network guy, and I watched the A Football Life. I love that series. Tom Landry, in the mid-'70s, sat in a room and wasn't sure to play Craig Morton or Roger Staubach. I'm not sure if you heard the story, but he went on a gut feeling. He called them both in the room. He goes, Craig, listen, I just decided I'm going to go with Roger Staubach as my full-time starter, and you're going to back him up. Pretty good decision there, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. He made the right call there.
And they met in the '77 Super Bowl. If you maybe you're too young to remember it, and that was probably my first Super Bowl, '77. Craig Morton was with Denver. He faced Roger Staubach, and
the Broncos.
Yeah, Denver got crushed. And by the way, if you're an All in the Family fan, which I am, that when he does that bar scene, they're showing the '77 Super Bowl in that in the bar scene, which is kind of cool. So. Tony Dorsett or Emmitt Smith?
Emmitt Smith.
Yeah. Tony Dorsett, do you remember the 99-yard run on Monday Night Football in Minnesota from the 1-yard line?
Yep.
Yeah, incredible play.
99.5 yards. Not here to nitpick, but 99.5 yards. Yep. Absolutely. I was actually up watching that game. I did see that.
Yeah, absolutely. I was watching it with my dad, so I remember that well. I think, if I could read my writing, I think this is the last question. Who wins the next title? Dallas Cowboys, New York Yankees, or New York Rangers? The easy thing might say while you're thinking, the easy thing you might say is the New York Yankees are pretty stacked this year, even though a lot of their guys are out, but Dallas Cowboys ain't too bad.
They're smoking mirrors, man. Yankees are smoking mirrors right now. They don't have any real good starting pitching. They're scoring 15 runs a game, winning a lot of games 15-12. And when they have to face the Astros in the postseason, that's not going to happen. You're not going to score that many runs against Verlander, Cole, and
they just picked up
Greinke.
Yeah, Greinke. Yeah, you're right.
Greinke.
Yeah, you're right.
I think the Yankees are in for a rude awakening. The Cowboys. It's tough right now. I mean, you keep saying this could be the year, but with Zeke holding out, I don't know. We got to get some closure to that situation right now. So I think by default, let's go with the Rangers. The Rangers have had one of the most phenomenal off seasons as far as free agent signing and rebuilding that I've ever seen. And this team is really stacked coming into the season. This team could do some great things. And Henrik Lundqvist is in to quote Dan Duquette, the twilight of his career.
It's a great goalie.
This could be the chance to get the King of the Cup. We got a great team. Number 2 overall pick in Capo Caco. We just signed Panarin as the top free agent on the market. Big trade for Jacob Trouba. We're stacked, ready to go.
Yeah, Trouba's
they'll probably disappoint me.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I said they'll probably just disappoint me again as always. But yeah, pencil me in for the Rangers.
Trouba's a local boy. He's here from he played for the University of Michigan. And Lundqvist, man, he's a great goalie. He reminds me of Dominic Hasek when we had him here with the Red Wings.
All right. There you go.
Yeah. So, lastly, let's tell everyone again. Let's where they can find E&D Pizza Company and where they can find you on social media.
We are 200 West Main Street in Avon, Connecticut. And you can find me on social media. You can find the restaurant on Instagram at E&D Pizza Company, all spelled out. You can find me personally with my pizza exploits on Instagram at pizza_boss_27x. We're also on Facebook, LinkedIn. We're out there. So you want some good stuff to look at, check it out. We're always working to get new and creative, fresh content up there. So that's where we're at.
You're doing some great things there, buddy. It was a pleasure. It really was a pleasure talking with you. It really was.
Pleasure's all mine. Look forward to doing it again, Freddie.
Before I say bye, can I convince you on Dean Martin yet over Frank Sinatra? I got you.
Okay, for you I will, but let's not tell Frank. Huh?
I get you, man. Listen, I love Frank Sinatra. I love them both. So, Michael, thank you again. Talk to you soon. I'll let you know when this goes out. Okay.
All right, sounds good. Thanks a lot, bud.
Bye-bye. What a pleasure talking to that guy. I've been wanting to talk to him for a while, so we got him on the podcast. Michael Androw doing great things there in Avon, Connecticut. E&D Pizza Company. Check him out and give him a follow on social media, and he gave you all that toward the end of the podcast. So thank you for tuning in to Inside the Pizza Oven with me, your host, Fredi the Pizza Man, Fredi Bello. And I'll say this, and I'll say this at the end of every podcast. If you get into the restaurant or pizzeria business and your sole purpose is just to make money, you will never make money. So your heart and soul has to be in it to make money, and that's just how it works. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in a week or two. Bye-bye.